Hello. So isn't that very strange how somehow you get led back to the places that you never think you would come again? Behind me right here is where my brother OD'd and died. In this door, through this door, on the floor in here, right there on the floor, that's where my big brother Earl died. Don't want to get emotional. That's not why I made this video. Rest in peace, Earl. So what I want to talk about and what I feel needs to be said for the whole entire world, for those who want to listen, which I don't know who will or who won't. It's not up to me no more. Whatever. But I don't really think that we understand the times that we are in and what is, quote, missing in our lives. I know what's missing in my life. I know what's missing in my life. And I want to explain to people what it is that is missing. And is America really great like we say that it is? There are many things that are great about America, but there are many things that are keeping us lazy, angry, hateful, bitter, depressed, down and out, unhealthy, all these things you can think of. The list goes on and on and on and on and on, and I can sit here and I can tell you about the list, but I'm not going to do that. I want to make it short and to the point of what I mean. Listen to this. Do you and I understand this? Is this a good or a bad thing? You tell me. You can literally wake up. You can walk outside of your door. Some people, and I'm sorry for the shaky video, I'm still withdrawing from this bull crap I'm getting off, and I'm getting off it for a reason. But I'm very shaky. You can wake up. Some people can walk a block. Some people don't even have to walk. They can put a charger in the wall, pick up their cell phone, make a call somewhere, and say, oh yeah, hi, I want, this, and this. And it can be delivered to their house, put on their front step, ring their doorbell, knock on their door, whatever, and the food is right there. Convenient, huh? Or you can walk down the street and you can get a PB&J sandwich with the crust cut off. Amazing, uncrustable PB&Js, and even I got them. Even I like them. Even I buy them. But now I have made a decision to go back to the diet that I was on before, because this diet that I'm eating now, it's not working for me. It's making me sick. It's making me miserable. It's causing health problems. It's making my stomach hurt. So I'm done. I'm not going to keep torturing myself like this. I'm not going to keep doing it. But is that a good or a bad thing? Really think about this. It's too easy. It's too convenient for us. And therefore, too easy, too convenient makes it easier, and then it makes us lazier. It makes us more unhealthy. It makes us more miserable because we have nothing to do. We're just sitting around like, oh, everything's just being handed to me. And if I'm being honest, I'm not being a hypocrite here. I'm in a situation right now where I have people helping me out because of my own thing that I did to myself. And I admit that. And I hate it. I feel ashamed. That's why I don't want to see people. I don't want to talk with people, because they're going to ask me, how are you? What have you been up to? What are you doing, Nate? What am I going to say to them? Oh, I'm sitting here detoxing off methadone, feeling horrible right now. But see, that's not what's in my mind. That's just the flesh that's going through this. That is not my, quote, spirit or my soul or whatever may be inside of this vessel somewhere. I don't know if it's in the brain. I don't know. I don't even know if it exists, but there is another part of me that is like, this is ridiculous. And I'm even mad at myself about a lot of this stuff. But let me continue. I don't want to talk about myself. I want to make a point here. And I really, 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 really hope that all of you listen to this whole video. I really hope that you listen. Please hear me out. Is that convenient, going to the store and being able to have a piece of paper? A piece of paper. 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 Is this going to feed you? Is this going to clothe you? Is this going to keep you warm? Yeah, you can burn it and it'll keep you warm. But is this going to give you water? Is this going to feed you? No, it's a concept. It's a concept. It's no good. Even though we use money to do what we do, it's the way that we trade now. The concept of money has got to go. It's got to go. Even though I know I'm a hypocrite, people have given me donations, and yeah, I'm going to pick up this paper money because I needed to get what I need to get now, but it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And this is what I'm going for to show you in this video. And please, let me remind you before I go. If you are not awake, if you have not gone through a rude awakening, please turn away. Don't watch the rest of this video, because it's not going to resonate. It's going to go completely against the grain of what you and I may know from before, because I'm already past all that. I've went through it a million times. But anyway, what we are missing, see, is that great? Does that make America great, that we can just get anything and it's convenient? And you have these phones that you can just, yeah, that's something that is good, but it's not at the same time. It's not. When you can just get on your phone and look up anything, you can see what's going on around the world. You can see what your neighbor's eating and all this. It's not good. It's not a good thing. But yet we still use this technology. But do we really need to use this? This is my point. Do we really need to use this? Even though I'm using it now. I'm using it now. See, this video is going to contradict itself in so many ways. It's going to seem like I'm a hypocrite, but I'm not. I understand it. And listen to this. Let me see if my left hand is a little better, because my right hand is really shaky. No, it's not. So listen to this. What I know within the very core of my essence that is missing is the way of the old times, the old ways of doing things, is getting back to, see, when you have all this stuff just handed to you, and you have to realize there's people that are working for these things. And see, this is why we don't appreciate each other. There's no loyalty. There's no honor. There's nothing to live for anymore, because we don't have anything to do. We don't have anything that is keeping our minds occupied, something that we need to do in order to live and survive. We all know this. We all already know this. I don't need to get into that concept, but see, this is people that live on farms or homesteads, or that plant their own food, that grow their own crop. I know I've been saying this, and I'm so disgusted that I'm still in this situation that I'm in, because I don't have my own place to do what I know that I want to need to do. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now as I speak. I know I said this before, but I have to get off of all this shit in order to do it. I can't do it being on something that is going to have a stronghold on my life, that is going to keep me captive in my own chains. I can't do it. I can deal with the chains of life. I can't deal with the chains of chaining myself to something, though. Can't do it. That's not freedom. That's not freedom, folks. But What is missing is when we wake up, it's not like, hey, come on, I need your help. I need your help doing this. We need to dig this thing. We need to go grow these things so we can have them, so we can prepare for a harvest with each other. See, this gets me a certain way because it's something, damn it. See, I don't like getting like this. I don't like, the reason I get the way that I get kind of emotional about it is because this is something that I have been looking for my whole life and I couldn't find. Because as bad as it is to say, there was only one person in my family. Don't do this. See, I don't want to do this in the video. There was only one person in my family that actually prepared for stuff, and it was my grandfather. And he built this stuff behind me. He built all this. He built these sheds. He built this. This is where he has all of his tools. Yeah, it's old and beat up, but he built this. All this stuff he built. He built that. He built the place right there. I'm not going to get into detail here, but he built this. He built a cabin. He prepared for the worst, and he prepared for stuff, and he gave shit. He gave everybody some kind of something to live for, if I want to use the word hope. He gave everybody something to do. He was the one that kind of led the way, so to speak. He was kind of the leader, so to speak, but I don't want to say that I'm putting him above me or below me. I'm just saying he was the guy that led the way because he knew. He was the carpenter. He was the painter. He was the builder. He was the guy that planted stuff. He was the guy that would say, hey, come on, I need you to come over here with me to do this. And it gave us something to do, and we appreciated it. It was something we appreciated. You had to put time into it. And you were doing it with each other. You didn't have to be in each other's face smiling. Hi, how are you doing? What's going on today? Tell me everything. It's not like that. It's like you get together even in the awkwardness. Even if you're depressed or whatever you're going through, you get together and it's like, okay, I need you to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. And then you get some exercise. You're getting your blood flowing. We're getting our blood flowing. We're doing something. We're planting something. We're doing something at the end of the day that we can appreciate while we're here. And even in that, there's still the creative stuff that I haven't even got into yet. And yet I'm sitting here. See, this is what is so disappointing. I'm sitting here at my grandfather's and I'm detoxing off of a drug. The reason that I got into drug addiction, this is a lot of the reason too, because that got lost somewhere along the way and I turned to drugs. Because people, places, and things were not filling me anymore. It was not contentful anymore. There was something missing there in my life that I couldn't share with. And then I had to share and indulge in my own witchcraft. And see, I don't know if it's better for me to get emotional or not get emotional in these videos, but this is my life. This is my life. This is your life. This is our lives we're talking about here. We only get one of these things. One. That's it. One. And then we're either gone forever or we might share in something after this. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not saying I know. I'm not saying that I have the answer. This is a lifestyle This is a way of living for yourself, to help yourself, to have a harvest with other people that you can appreciate, and you can appreciate the work you put in. You can appreciate what you did, because all this stuff, I think it's all going to collapse. This stuff being too easy, too convenient. I personally think that the money system in the next 5 to 10 years is going to collapse. I think it's going to go downhill. And what are we going to do? What are we going to do when that happens? Tell me, what are we going to do? And listen, there are a select few that I have been watching through the grapevine, but I don't say nothing. There are a few people that are preparing and that are prepared. And your preparation is not going to be in vain in this life. Not in this life. I'm not saying that. See, when I say this, it's very hard to describe to you if you're still going by things that may not be understood and you don't quite understand what I mean. It's very hard for me to explain this, but I don't want to try to explain myself. I just want to do what I know that I need to do for me, and that I see in the faculty of people that I may resonate with. And I see it every day. And it bothers me, but at the same time, it's almost like I don't want to be bothered with. See, it bothers me, but yet, oh man, it's so hard to explain. It's so hard to explain. But is this being understood is what we have to ask ourselves. This has to do with asking ourselves this question. It's not about us projecting onto other people and waiting for them to give us an answer or a solution to something, or saying, would you help me? Would you do this? Can you show me this? Can you do this? Yeah, we need help sometimes. But then there comes the time where we have got to reflect on ourselves, and we have got to say, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing? What is going on in my life? See, my vision for this world, and this is just a part, this is not the whole thing, because I don't go for, I want to say I don't believe, but I don't want to use that word because it's not a belief, it's a knowing. I don't share and indulge everything that I know to the world. And there's a reason I don't do that. I'm not going to say the reason, but there's a reason why I keep some things a mystery from everybody. I don't tell anybody certain things about myself and what's in my mind, because it's not necessary to do. There's a time for those things to be manifested and shown. I don't know the word I'm looking for. See, that's kind of my perfectionism that I have, is I'm looking for revealed. There's a time to reveal certain things, and that's just how it is. That's how I am. And I'm someone that I am all about loyalty. Loyalty, having a craft, knowing yourself, being honest with yourself above all. Above all things, excuse me. There's these bugs back here are horrible. Yeah, there's this new breed of mosquito. They're like little tiny baby mosquitoes. I don't know if they're tiger mosquitoes or something, but they're horrible. I mean, they are literally tearing me up back here. They're tearing my legs up to bits. But I'm very big on loyalty. If you support yourself and you support me, because I support myself. And I will, if someone is loyal to me, but I can't say that just because someone may be loyal to something, that doesn't mean that the pieces are just going to all come together. Excuse me. It doesn't mean that there's going to be that thing there that resonates, that you might work together or do a project together. It doesn't mean that things are going to come together like that. I don't promise those things. I don't tell people, oh, this is going to work. I know what's going to work for myself. And see, this is a very, very, very misunderstood thing right now. The world is not talking about this right now. This is, I truly believe in my mind, this is literally either decades or hundreds of years ahead of its time. The times we're in right now. Nobody's hearing it right now. Nobody's really taking it in and getting it in their core, in their essence, with themselves and with me. And see, this thing, when I say this, it's a thing of knowing yourself and trusting yourself and being honest with yourself, to yourself, but around others that are like that too. See, it's this Mikasa Sukasa thing, but at the same time, if you're not honest with yourself, then how can you be honest with me? How can you be loyal to me if you're not loyal to yourself? If I'm not loyal to myself, how can I be loyal to anybody else? If I'm not real, tried and true to honest with myself, how can I be tried and true and honest with anyone else? I can't. It's impossible. It cannot happen. So look, this is simply a warm up to the context of what I'm going for to get to, but I'm nowhere near what I'm seeing in my mind right now as I'm talking. I'm looking at a ground there's trash all over the place back here. There's chairs and tables and a horse in front of me that, kid used to play on, and a swing set thing and rocks. It's all dirty and junky back here because, honestly, I don't have the energy right now to clean it up. I don't have the energy to make it something different. And I don't like it. When I see something that I don't like, when I see something that it's like, oh, well, this is not something that I want to keep looking at, then I'm going to want to do something about it. That's just how I am as a person. So, anyway, I don't want to keep going in this video because I can't say everything in a video. I just can't do that. But just that one thing is one thing out of thousands and thousands of things that I'm talking about that may be misunderstood, or it may be understood. But it's like, what are we going to create here? What are we going to do while we're alive is the question. That's the main question. What are we going to do? Because I am sick and tired of living this way. I'm sick and tired of my lifestyle. I'm sick and tired of how I feel. I'm sick and tired. I'm over it. I'm done. And see, when you're in this situation, see, what's going to happen is America is going to be forced to change. Listen to what I'm saying. America is going to be forced to change. This whole thing being too convenient, it's going to be forced to change because nobody appreciates nothing anymore, or appreciates anybody, or the time and work and the thing that we're putting into a craft or a lifestyle or a way of living. There is no harvest anymore. See, when you just say like an Italian family from 100 years ago, do you know how loyal these people were to each other? There's something that I really have with Italian people that I like. It and I'm not just saying this to say it. There's something about Italian families that I really resonate with, even though they may be involved with some of the stuff I'm talking about. They have this loyalty thing, this thing where, hey, I'm cooking food, I need help. Hey, we need to get this done. We need to plant this food so we have it when the harvest comes. We have things to do today. We have to fix this. We have to do this. Back then, the traditional way of doing it, it was everybody helping one another to get something done. Yeah, the mob formed, and the guys were killing each other for this greed and money bullshit that was going on, whatever. But really think about it. There was appreciation there when they came around each other. It was a family thing. It was a gathering of people that put in the time with one another to do something, and they relished in that. They took some kind of pride in that. I'm not saying be prideful, but be proud of something. They were proud of something that they were doing. And they indulged in that. They lived for that. They had honor in that. They would die for that. They would literally die. They would literally sacrifice their lives for their cause and for the people that they truly, truly were. That's how they were. And that's something I respect. That's something that I resonate with. That's something that the loyalty thing that is there, it's beyond what is going on in our world today. And I won't even lie, I got involved with the narcissism too. And I may be a little bit narcissistic, but my narcissism is for a reason if I do have any. It's to take care of myself, and it's to make sure that as I'm taking care of myself, being honest with myself, being loyal to myself, that someone will reflect that back onto themselves and do the same thing. I can't make them do it. I can't put a gun to their head and say, hey, be loyal to me or I'm going to blow your head off. Like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So anyway, look, I'm going to end the video there. I wanted to give an example of the times we're in. And if this is resonating, hold on to this. Hold on to this because it's real. It's something that is fallible. It's something that is... It is the way that we're supposed to live. I mean, I'm not forcing it, but I know for myself, it's the way that I'm supposed to live. There is no other way. It's taking honor in your work. And see, when I say work, this turns off most people because we don't understand. We're supposed to, it says, drink and be merry and take honor in your work, in what you're doing with your own hands. Take honor in it. Quit disrespecting yourself. Quit putting yourself down and spitting on your own image. It doesn't make sense to do that while we're here. I may talk about these dark, gloomy things. I may talk about philosophy because it's how I am. I'm a contradiction because that is the way of life. It is a contradiction. There's life and death. There's up and down. There's black and white. There's good and bad. There's joy and pain. Sadness and rain. That doesn't contradict itself. There's joy and pain. There is dryness and rain. There is sane and insane. And when we understand that, then we have a better idea of what we're doing when we're doing it. So I'm going to end the video on that note. Listen, if you're someone that resonates with this, hold on to this for yourself. Take honor in it. Take loyalty in it. Take discretion with it. Have fun with it if you can. I'm not saying just be a prude and be a mute and don't do anything, and that's not what I'm going for. Even though I may seem like that sometimes, that is not the way that I like living myself. But there's a time to be laid back. There's a time to be quiet too. There's a time to not really say much of anything. So yet again, there's the contradiction going on. And once that's understood, and if people take honor, loyalty, respect, some kind of, they're proud of their craft and their work and what they're doing, what they're indulging in, then there's something there that is worth holding on to while we're still alive, is what I'm saying. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. And it's, if I'm being honest, it's the only thing that I can see for myself. Yet, if I have to do something else in the meantime, then that's what I got to do. I can't help that. At the end of the day, we are all fleshly, bloody, magnesium-filled, copper-filled, whatever beings. At the end of the day, we're all made, we all have hair, we all have enamel, we all have eyes, ears, a heart, lungs, we all go to the bathroom, we all pee, we all drink water, we all eat food. It's the way it is. I can't help those things. But this is what I resonate with. This is my resonance. This is my frequency. This is my life. This is how it's going to be. Loyalty over everything, craft over everything, creativity over everything, honesty over everything, and understanding contradiction over everything. I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Later.